wild women, the ripping and the tearing.
Hey there YouTube, today I'm going to show you a little update on my LED lights here. As you can tell, I added one, and I also added a battery. My reason for adding the battery was because the way I had it hooked up before to the stator, with just these two alone at full throttle, they just dimmed out and they didn't work very good. That basically told me that I was pulling too much power from my stator, and if I kept that up I probably would have just wrecked my stator. So I ended up going with the battery route. There is other ways to do it. You could get a bigger stator and then get like a DC converter and hook that in there too. One thing I didn't mention in my other video was to put a fuse in to your system somewhere, so you blow the fuse first so you don't wreck your stator. And I'll show you my little setup here. I'll just get this out of the way. And there's my bracket for my top light, my new light that I added. I just took a piece of metal, thin metal here, and bent it up to fit. Bolted it in where the speedometer went. I had a actual speedometer on here, but the cable was broken and I was just wrecking it, so I got rid of it. Put it on the shelf for now. Just kept getting scratched up out in the bush, and I'll maybe put it back on later, but for now this will work. This works. That's where I put my battery. Show you what battery I used here. I used this one here. It's a 1.4 amps per hour, but I don't like this one. This one's a little too small, actually. It works good for about a half hour, and then about half hour into your journey it starts acting like it's dying. I think what's happening is it's overheating itself and pretending like it's dying, because I can come out the next day and it just turns on perfectly fine like it was charged, and I never died at all. But I just think that's because I have too small of a battery. I think I can get a little bit bigger ones about this same size, so I'm going to try to do that and see if that helps the situation any. But that's what I started with. This battery was only $25, so I can't go wrong with that. And I can use them in my road legal bike anyways, because these actually on the road legal bike, these charge a little bit, because the way it's hooked up on the road bike is it's hooked into the stator and it trickle charges the battery just a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit. Keep a little bit of power in the battery from the light system from the Enduro kit. But anyways, I figured I'd show you an update. This is my mess that I got going on here. What I ended up doing was wired all my power wires into one cable, and then wired that cable into a switch, and then from the switch I took from the other side of the switch I put the power to the battery on the positive side, and then for my grounds I wired those all into one cable, and I added that to the negative side of the battery. That's all I did. I also added a switch here for my stock light, so I can turn it on and off. I don't think I really need to make a video about that, but if you want to see a video about that, let me know in the comments. I can make a video about that one too. As you can tell, I got a people getter. It's for getting people. And yeah, That's what I did different about my LEDs. I recommend this way over the way I showed you the first time, unless you got the high powered stator and DC converter. This way works better. So anyways, have a good day. Thanks for watching.